Hey guys, how's it going? What's up, Langors? It is all good. Hopefully it's all good for you too. As always, if the music is too loud, let me know, and I can turn that down. And if I get on a call with somebody else again today, I'll make sure to turn the volume up so that you guys can actually hear that this time. But yep, today we're going to be working on GUIs and potentially different colored lights if we get to that. So that is the plan. We'll see if we actually get there. How's it going, SE Woods? Good to see you. So, since the last time, I have done a couple things. It's mainly been like some bug fixes and stuff. I've also started working on the GUI again, so like, you can see I've got this. One of the big things that was kind of annoying to set up was something called a custom decorator in RML. Basically in normal CSS, I don't know if you can. You don't usually have like repeating images, where this is basically just like repeating this dirt texture. So I basically had to come up with my own solution for that, where I can say what the image is and everything, and then I can like set how big I want like the repeat size to be. So if I change this to like 256 and then save that, then you'll see that this kind of shrinks down because it's now repeating at a smaller resolution. I actually think I like that better, maybe. I still have to fix those buttons and stuff clearly too, because they don't look good. So that's what the topic of today is mostly going to be about, is like fixing up this stuff and getting the GUI actually working. Real quickly though, I will show you guys some of the other stuff that I worked on as well. If I go to, not in there, or there, or there, or there, or there. Okay, if I go into the main menu, I can turn off RML pretty easily. I set it up because I figured it'd probably be a good idea to set this up. So if we just undefine that, then we should be back to like the old way it worked. And I can sort of go through the game and actually start the game, because right now you can't start it in RML. So then I can go into here and like start it up again, and you'll see I can load it and it's loading fine. So yeah, you'll notice a couple things. One, this looks way better. The water, it turns out, so it turns out the lighting wasn't actually propagating through the water, which meant it looked really bad. So I fixed that up and it looks a lot better now. SE Woods, if you were to create a main menu in Mario series, would I make it appear once you play in the level editor? I would probably have it in like a different scene, and probably have a way so that you could edit different scenes in the Mario. It's sort of like Unity, where you can like switch from scene to scene and then have like a level editor scene, which is what I'm doing under the hood here. Like, these are two different scenes and stuff. That is stone. It looks kind of blue, but that's fine. So yeah, I fixed that water up and stuff too. I also fixed, there was like a bug where you would start doing like placing blocks down, and then what would happen is the water would start changing colors if you started doing this. It was basically because there were two chunks that had been generated and were rendering at the same time. So not only was it like they looked bad, but it was inefficient and it wasn't good to have. So I fixed that up, changed up the rendering a bit so that we don't have that problem. And then there was one other problem too, where if you started breaking a bunch of blocks, let's see. Okay, I have something down here. If you started breaking a bunch of blocks, it would basically like start glitching. Like chunks would start blinking in and out, which was weird. So I started just digging a giant hole just to make sure that doesn't happen. And you'll see that like if I just start breaking a bunch of blocks, lighting is getting updated properly. Everything looks fine. And yeah, it's just kind of working right. There's no weird artifacts like any chunks blinking in and out. It just kind of works, which is really good. So yeah, this is kind of working good, which is nice. I wanted it to be a lot more stable. I think it is a lot more stable now. If you fly around, you start generating in new chunks again, which is good. And we do all this stuff. I was starting to look into biome generation too, which is another thing that I want to get started with soon, but not quite yet. So yeah. SE Woods, the topic of light color, is that to make it look more like your game? Yes. So I do want colored lights because I think it'll be cool, and it'll be another differentiating factor with Minecraft. I'm gonna do a lot of other stuff too eventually once I finally get around to it. But yeah, speaking of light too though, one thing that I know wasn't working before was like if you covered yourself up, the sunlight wouldn't actually update. But now you can see if I cover myself up, it does actually get dark, which is cool. And then if I like break it down here, the light floods in from down there. So basically lighting is working pretty good. Like there are still a few artifacts, which is kind of annoying. I noticed if I was doing something like this, maybe it'll pop up. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see this circle of ambient occlusion. If I switch to sand, it'll probably be a little bit easier to see. Yeah, you're getting this weird circle of ambient occlusion here. I think this is because I'm on chunk border and it's messing things up somehow. So I will have to look into that. But other than that, it is looking pretty good. So we are in a good spot. And I also toned down the ambient occlusion a little bit to a level that I thought made sense. So it's kind of like toned down to what I think looks good. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way the game's looking at everything. It's looking pretty cool if we go to like nighttime, or like semi-nighttime. I really like the way it looks, you know, with the lights flooding out in the new sky map. And then if we go like all the way to nighttime, the new sky map looks pretty cool and stuff too. And I feel like it looks pretty atmospheric. I might brighten up a little bit more because I feel like it's still kind of dark. Like this is pretty hard to see. So might brighten that up a little bit more, but for the most part, I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, I am getting things done. I appreciate it. So definitely making some progress. And I'm getting these weird lag spikes on my computer. I have no idea. I don't think it's the game because the game's running fine. This was happening in Visual Studio too. Like it just, I get these weird lag spikes, which is really annoying. So hopefully that doesn't ruin the stream or anything like that. But yeah. So anyways, though, we're going to start working on RML stuff, which is basically just HTML, and get the GUI pretty much done. That way it should be easier to add like new GUI stuff and everything a lot better than it was before. So we're back to using RML. Let's go ahead and press play. And I'll pull this up. So I'm going to kind of just match what I have for now because I don't have any mock-ups for what the main menu is going to look like. So we're basically just going to get back to like feature parity of what it was like before. So you can see I've already started this. I had a cancel button here too, though, which wasn't there before. If we go ahead and look at the RML, which is basically HTML code, we are in this guy right now. And you'll see we've got the load world, new world, and cancel button. And I've got these data event clicks. I kind of forget how this stuff works, but we'll figure all that stuff out. Basically, though, I think we need like another div in here. Oh, cool. I do have that already. Div middle space. So let's go into this middle space grid, which is, maybe I don't have it. Let's go Control C and Control F. Okay, yeah, I do have it right here. Cool, so let's go into here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put another decorator, which is the background image. And then we're going to make this darker, so I'll do like 2.2 for the transparency. And that's not good. It looks like it's going behind that for some reason. Can I like do Z index? Okay, maybe you can see this now. Doing it in VS Code too, that typing was super slow. Like, I don't know why it's lagged so bad. I have no idea. It's just really weird. Let's comment this out real quick just to make sure that this is okay. Yeah, so you can see it's definitely there. It's just not popping up in front for some reason, which is weird. So I'm gonna have to look into that RML stuff. But yeah, when I'm telling your only work 50%. Wait, when am I telling my boss that I only work 50%? I don't work only 50%, I promise. I put a lot of, that's why I don't really get to work on this that much, is because of how much time I have to put into real work and stuff too. So okay, so not quite sure. Let's see what happens if we move this to like -2. Nope, we still can't see it. What if I move this to like Z index? I don't know if it's called Z index though. Let's go check RML docs, because they actually have it somewhere up here. So style sheets. Let's see. Properties. Z index. Nope, I don't think there is anything here. Maybe it's in one of the other things. Let's see. So we'll go to, okay, yeah, RCSS cascading style sheets. Cool. Okay, here we go. We've got, I remember seeing something about Z indexing, so I know it's in here. I just can't remember exactly where. Let's see, box model. Maybe it's in here. If it's anywhere, I think it would be in here. Nope, this is just border stuff and everything. SE Woods. Make sure he's not lurking in the chat. Yeah. Oh, it's Saturday, though. I don't work on Saturdays. Right? It is Saturday? Yeah, it's Saturday. Okay, yeah, I don't work today. No, but when are you telling him you... Oh, when I'm only able to work 50%. I see what you mean. Gotcha. Nah, that's going to be a while still. I'm not making nearly enough money from YouTube and stuff to start working very little, so still a ways away. I remember seeing it somewhere in here. I just can't quite remember. I wish his documentation was a little bit better, because it's just like kind of all over the place and really hard to find some stuff. It's just kind of annoying sometimes trying to go through this and like find what you're looking for. So nope, index, nope. Okay, not in here. Let's see if it's in the glossary. Yeah, because this is the glossary and it has like nothing in here, which just isn't that cool. It's nice website and stuff, just not very useful, which is unfortunate. Let's see. Maybe it's in here. Markup language. No, this is the markup language. Core elements, maybe? Nope, this is scroll bar stuff, drop down. Yeah, that's just scroll bar and drop down stuff. Huh. YouTube seems to go well enough. Well, though, glad to see. Yeah, YouTube is definitely doing better, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing something about Z indexing. Maybe I'm like completely forgetting that and it doesn't actually exist. Nope, that's not it. Style sheets. Nope, I just clicked that. I guess let's just go through all this stuff. Okay, document structure. Nope. Images. Nope. Nope, none of that stuff. Okay, not in here. And now I've got to go way back. Okay, is it in here somewhere? Oh, there we go. Okay, it's right here. Z index. Okay, yeah. That took me way too long to find. This is not cool. They need like just like a list of all the operators and stuff would be so much easier. Okay. Specified as in a properties values list, a number can be an integer or real number. Specified as in blah, blah, blah. Pixels. Oh, this is length. Is Z-index actually a thing, though? Because I see it there, but it didn't seem to be doing anything when I actually tried to use it. What happens if I put the actual element above it, I wonder? Or I guess, like, below this. So if I do... Well, no, I can't do that because that won't work right. Huh. Well, yeah, okay, so this is this element, and then this element is like inside this element. So I would assume that it would be like above it, but it's not quite working right. Since it is a custom decorator, there is something I had to do in here to get it to work right. So like I had to add special parsing and stuff. I see what's monopolying the chat right now. You go quiet now. You're fine. We'll see if some more people pipe up a little bit later. But I had to do some custom stuff. So I like basically have to generate the geometry myself. You'll see I kind of have the vertices and stuff here. I wonder if I am missing... Nope. Okay, so the positions are just vector 2fs. They're not like anything special. I was wondering if like maybe I was missing, I should have been setting a z-index somewhere. Maybe I can set it like on the geometry itself. So like I do geometry set texture here. Geometry set host element. No, I don't think that matters. Maybe I can do something where I am rendering it. So this is data render. Can we do element z index? Oh, okay, here we go. Get z index. But this just takes a vector 2f. Huh. Okay, so this is pretty weird. I would expect it to like render on top, but it's not doing that, which is not cool. This is the problem with third-party libraries. It's really hard to tell what it's supposed to do, and you don't know if you're like doing stuff right or wrong or whatever. Let's see if we go back into here. If I set z-index, does it give me an error or anything? So if we do z-index 2. Whoops, and I do an actual semicolon. So we are getting this thing. What's this say? Parsing property declaration z-index 2. It doesn't like that for some reason. Here, if I save this again. Okay, no, it does not pop back up. So that was just the first time when I missed the semicolon. But it doesn't seem to do anything. Which is... I mean, I guess technically what I could do, but I don't want to do this because it's just kind of gross, but it looks like I'm going to have to do this, is I'm just going to have to say like div class equals top space, which is really stupid, but I guess this is just what we're left with. Am I targeting this correctly too anyways? Oh wait, I'm not targeting this correctly. This should be dot. This is a class. Maybe that's why nothing was working, but it was kind of working. It's a class, not an ID. So if I do that and change that. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting something. That's better. Or wait, no, I just changed this thing. That's why. Never mind. I lied. Okay, I was changing the completely wrong thing. This is a dot. We're good here. Okay, so if we go ahead, we're just going to add in up here div class equals top space. And we're just going to kind of do this. I see what did your work comment on you being featured on Free Code Camp? They did not, and I'm glad they didn't, because I kind of don't feel like explaining myself to my coworkers and like showing the YouTube channel and stuff. I don't know. It's just kind of a weird topic to approach people with, I guess. So they don't know about YouTube and everything. I've kind of told them, but I haven't told them the channel or anything, so they don't know, which I'm fine with. Let's do this. We'll say top space, give it this guy, and then we'll give it like a height of 10%, and then we'll have a bottom space too. Man, this lag is killing me. I have no idea why all my editors are lagging like this. Okay, cool. So you can see we get that. We're also going to have to add... Okay, we do. We have bottom buttons, so I guess we'll just add it to that as well. So we will go ahead and just copy this as well. And we'll put it down here. Oh, but it looks like it's not actually going to go across that whole thing. Let's go ahead. We're going to say div class equals bottom space. And copy that. And then we'll do that. And go ahead and do that. And then we'll put this space. Okay. Copy that. Paste it there. And then we'll get rid of this one. And I copied the wrong one, so we'll just make that EE. Okay, so this works. I don't really like it, but it works. Oh, and I should probably make this like height 10%. There we go, that's better. Cool. So I don't really like the way this works, but it does work. Let's add a little bit more space there because I feel like that's not quite enough. So we'll do like 12%, 12%. And then we'll have to change this guy. First of all, he should be 100%. And then 74, 76. Because that's, yeah, cool. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Maybe a little bit more space. Let's see what happens if I change this like 20. Okay, that changes nothing. That's not cool. What happens if I change this to like 70? Okay, it moves that guy up. I think that's about how much space I want. So that leaves us with 15 here. And we would do 15 here. And that looks pretty good. And then we'll just like have the bottom buttons. We'll say like padding top. Maybe I can just do margin top auto. Whoops, I messed that up. And no, that does not work. We'll do margin top like 50 pixels. No, 100 pixels. No, that's not doing anything. What about padding? Okay, there we go. That's doing something. Okay, so we'll do like 25 pixels for padding. Maybe 35. That looks good. And that's gonna mess up though when we grow bigger. So maybe we should do it a little bit bigger than that. Or like percentages instead of that. We'll do like 5%. Nope, that's way too big too. That looks pretty good. Does that stay centered? That's pretty close. I just need to change the button heights when we go there. So yeah, this is how HTML CSS works for those of you who have never done it. You just mess around with stuff until it looks good. And then you have to change the size of your window a million times to make sure it looks good in all sizes and resolutions. And you're like, oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Yep, okay, cool. And then you're like, that's it, I'm done. And then you get a bug from somebody on their iPhone 5 SE. They're like, this looks wrong and I can't see the buttons. And then you have to fix it for that specific phone. But yeah. That's besides the point. Gabe at work, do you know who I am? Famous and everything? No, I'm definitely not famous. There's a lot of people who have a lot more followers and stuff than me. And Langors, it did change, but very little. Also, if there's anything like actual HTML, CSS, margins are usually better to center in your opinion. That's what, yeah, I know. And that's what I was thinking too. I usually prefer margins too, because padding is just like actually padding the interior of the element, whereas margins like the outside of the element. So it's kind of weird, but I don't know. If I switch that back to margin, what does that give me? We'll just check real quick. So we get like that. If I do like 50%. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's changing anything. What is this saying? Doesn't like z-index 2. We got rid of that. Nope, we still have that there. We can get rid of that. Okay, cool. So I like this. It's looking pretty good. Let's fix the buttons. They're not really growing correctly. Let's see. Okay, so bottom buttons button. This is what I want to target. We have flex grow, which means they sort of fill the space. You'll see that this button's a little bit small. So basically what Flexbox does is it kind of positions them correctly according to like their text length, which is cool. These two buttons are bigger than this one because this one has like a shorter amount of content in general, which is a good reason why you can use something like Flexbox. I do like it. But what we'll do is we will also say like height. I don't know if we want to do height. I think flex grow, this is affecting. Let's Google this. Flex grow, I think that only affects horizontal space. But let's double check this. So flex grow 1, 2. Okay, no, that looks like. Well, yeah. Okay, I think this is flex grow just on the first item. So what you can see is like if you have it set to 2, this has a higher weight. So this is 2 times bigger than those two. It's sort of how it works, kind of. And so if you set it to 1, it basically gives them all equal flex room. So they all kind of flex according to their sizes. What about height though? Can we do a flex on height? I think we can. Yeah, because this looks like it's just affecting the width for all of these. Let's say flex height CSS. Because I do believe, yeah, boxes that fill height. So we do flex. Okay, we have to do like flex direction column. I don't think you can do column and row at the same time though, which is annoying. So we'll just do height based on percentage because I guess this is flex display. Technically this is row. Did I do that right? No. What was that called? Flex. I already exited out of it. Flex direction. Okay. I think that's what it was. Oops. So yeah, you'll notice that didn't change anything. If I switch this to column, also doesn't change anything. Why is it giving me errors now? Does it not like flex direction? Okay, no, that's fine. That was old error. But yeah, I think basically this is doing flex row here. Let's actually do that. And then if I were to increase the height, nothing changes. If I change this to column, nothing changes. Okay, so maybe I don't know Flexbox as well as I thought I did. What we'll do though is we'll just say height is like 5% and we'll see what that looks like. That's not good. Let's try 50. That's not good either. Well, actually that might not be bad. We just need to center the text now too. Where's the text? See, and that's the annoying part, is getting the stupid text to center correctly. And that's where you do have to use padding. I think if we do like 0 and then 4%, let's do 40 to make it like super obvious. Okay, so that's left, right. I don't want that. Let's do 40 here. Okay, so that is top, bottom. Let's get rid of height real quick. That should move the text around. Weird that it's not. It's just changing the height. Let's Google. See if Google can help us out. Center text in button CSS. Vertically. Yep, this is so annoying in CSS. Anything vertical. Horizontal is pretty easy, but vertical is always annoying. Which is why margins are not working. Oh, that would make sense. Yeah. The parent element has no height. I think the parent element does have height. So we go basic. Yeah, I think it does because I purposely made sure everything had height so that it kind of propagates downwards. But that's fine. Okay, HTML is this. Okay, so they wrap it in an A tag too. And they give it a specific height. See, I'm wondering if we should give it a specific height too, just because that makes it easier to center stuff and it should look good in all resolutions. So maybe we do like 50 pixels. What's that look like? Okay, so like 128 pixels. That's a little too big. 20? No. Let's try 100. Okay, so 100 pixels looks kind of good. And then what we can do is we can say like padding top. It's like 10 pixels or something. Wait, let's see what they do again, because I think they do something different in the A tag. Oh, and then they put vertical align middle here. Let's try that out. We'll do vertical align middle, And then what we'll do is we'll put our text in separate tags. I'll just put it in a P tag because it really doesn't matter. We'll see if that's not working. Okay. Oh, and then they have display as a table cell. That's a really weird way. I don't know if that's the typical way you do this, but let's go to something else. Since button element does that by default, just drop the line height. If you're going to use line height, it has to be 2 pixels. Okay. They're saying you can use line height to achieve your goal. Okay, so if we just change the line height then, let's see if that works. And I'm going to get rid of those P tags. Let's do line height. There we go. Okay, cool. That's much better. Yeah. SC Woods, why you choose HTML CSS for your GUI? Regrets? No, I do like HTML and CSS because it is a lot more flexible, no pun intended, for managing this type of stuff. Like, it's just way easier. Trying to manually place things and everything is just not fun. And this gets like immediate feedback and it's way easier to change stuff. And you can also, like, if other people know HTML and CSS, it's a lot easier to work with that than like trying to modify C++ code and stuff. So Langors, make the button height 100% and then vertical alignment middle or something like that. Yeah, I'm sure there are other ways to do it and stuff, but I think this is probably gonna be the best. Yeah, because I can kind of look at that height and say, yeah, that looks good. If I make this smaller again, we do have to be kind of careful though, because let's just restart this real quick because it starts in 1920 by 1080. And I don't want it to be too fat on, yeah, okay, because like you can see, doesn't look very good there. So we might need to increase the top and bottom size a little bit. Can I also, these are, I don't know, these are like pretty fat though. I don't know if I like that. Can we do like 80 pixels? Yeah, I think I like that a little bit better. And then we'll change this to 80 pixels as well. Okay. So that looks a little bit better. And then when we go big, it looks bad. See, this is the problem. I mean, I could probably just do like a CSS rule where you basically just say like, at media screen, width is less than 1920 pixels or whatever, or I guess like height. I don't know, something like that, where we basically just target based on different things, and that might be the best option, honestly. Media screen CSS targets height. It's typically what you do like when you're targeting different phones and stuff, and honestly I think it's probably gonna be our best bet. Okay, so you would do like at media height, min height. Okay, so we would do like min height, and we'll target by pixels. So we could do min height, or I guess maybe max height. And then we'll do this. Well, actually, we can have this as the default, and then what we can do is like say min height. Oh, and this would have to be 1080 anyways. We'll do like, so this screen is 3840 by 2160. So we'll do like 2000 pixels. Okay, so it looks the same here. And then if I go bigger, it looks the same because I haven't actually changed anything. If I change this to like 120 pixels, so it's not going to change anything here. But then if I go bigger, yes, it is changing stuff now. Cool. So I think this is probably the route we're going to go just because it is a little bit easier. I'll go like 140, see if that looks better. We might have to go. Oh, I'm changing the line height too, not the actual 140. Let's see how that looks. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think this is probably gonna be the best route to go, is just to like kind of manually do this stuff for specific things. Tippy77, add a max width to the parent of the buttons. Yes, that's probably a good idea too, because they are getting kind of chonky here. We'll go ahead and say like, let's see, that is the basic container dirt BG. No, that's this one, bottom space, and then bottom buttons. So I think that's just this thing. We might just, yeah, I think you're right. We'll do like a max width is like 500 pixels. Nope, that's way too small. 1920. Okay, so that looks good. And let's go a little bit bigger than that. Go like 2,300. So that looks fine. Okay, yeah, I think I like that. Let's make them a little bit smaller too. Oh crap, what did I do? I don't want to actually go online. VS Code. They pop up these stupid boxins, which are nice most of the time, but it's like I don't want it popping up every single time I hover over something. I don't know. Let's try like 130, because I think they were still a little bit too big. And let's actually change these two, because they're kind of big too. 70. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. It's just subtle, but I think I like it better. Okay, this is good enough for now. I need to stop. Like, this is the danger with HTML CSS stuff too, because like I can just go on forever tweaking tiny things that don't matter. It's not good. Let's also change the font size too, right after I say that, because I think it's a little bit too small down there. I'm trying to see what units I'm using for fonts, because I think I'm using something different. Do I not have anything for fonts? Maybe it's not in here. Let's go. Yeah, it's got to be in here, I think. Or maybe window.rcss. Let's see. Okay, 30 dp. So I'm using... I think that's a custom one. I think that's a device pixels. Yeah, I think that's what that is. And it's like a custom RCSS thing. And Nerdius Geekus, how's it going? Good to see you. Let's see. So let's try, because we want it to be a little bit bigger. We'll try 40 dp. It should be like device independent pixels. What's this say? Oh, and I need to spell that right. Oh crap. Didn't mean to minimize. Cool. So let's change that to font size. Okay, font got a little bit bigger, I think. Let's try like 80 just to make sure that's actually working. Did that get bigger? I think that got bigger. Let's try like 800 just to make sure that's working. No, that is not working because that did not get bigger. Am I targeting it correctly? I mean, I would guess so. Maybe it's because the way I have the CSS. Nope, this is below. So this should take importance. We'll do a not important there. Or bang important, I guess. Oh, wait, we've got an error. What's this say? Oh, it doesn't like important. Okay, so we can't mark stuff as important in this too. Let's try pixels. Does pixels work? Maybe DP doesn't even work. No, that didn't really change anything either. Is it because of this line height, maybe? I wouldn't expect that to do anything. Oh, here we go. We got hash. Okay, and I'm using EM there. Let's try EM and see if that works. Maybe I am... No, that's not doing anything. This is really weird. Let's do color just to make sure this is actually working. Yeah, so that's definitely working. Like, I'm changing stuff there. We're just not changing the font size for whatever reason. Let's take this out, see what happens. That still doesn't do it. This is really weird. Why are they getting... This is also a problem with third-party libraries because you can't tell if it's an error with their library or with your stuff. Let's get rid of this vertical thing too because we don't really need that. Okay, what if I do this? Dot bottom buttons button. I honestly don't know what I would do because this is the most I can target. Let's wrap them in a p tag, I guess, and see if that fixes it. So I can actually control the font size. We'll do /p there. Does that work? No, it does not. What happens if I change it in the window? Wherever that was window.rcss. Yeah, what happens if I go ahead and open that up? And we say this is 50. Still not changing anything. Man, okay. Let's do this. Close that and then reopen it and see if that fixes it, maybe? Nope. Okay. Weird. Very strange. Am I forgetting something super basic here? Set font size CSS. Yeah, it's just font size. Whoa, I didn't know they added this. You can do like small, medium, large. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's just font size. And this is the most bottom rule, so it should be taking the most precedence according to style sheet rules. It's weird. And what's really weird is that this doesn't actually change anything too, because I do remember changing stuff. What if we change this like 80 pixels? Does that... Yeah, that's not changing anything either. That's really weird. Oh, because I type pixels. PX, 80 PX. Yeah, still didn't change anything though. Well, if I change it to like something small, still doesn't change it. 30? Is it because of the way this loads pixels? Wait, or fonts, I mean? Because that is a possibility. So basically, whenever I load a font, I do this. And this is loading the font face we need. It's possible that it might need to generate like a new font sprite sheet, because I think what it's doing here, let's open up, so I might need to like close this down and reopen it just to see the changes. So let's go ahead. We're going to change this to like 5 pixels and let's see if that changes stuff. Let's close this, reopen it. No, they're still not small. That is really weird. I swear I was changing it before. I can't remember how though, because none of this stuff seems to work. Let's go to window.rml and see what's in there. So we include window.rcss and hudsprites.rcss, but I don't think the HUD sprites do anything. If we look at those, yeah, that doesn't do anything. And the only place we have font size is like here and here. This is really weird. Let's see if their documentation says anything about font size being weird. Let's go back to here. Okay, numbers, lengths. Specified as properties, value list, pixels, EM. rem. Yeah, okay. So those are like, yeah, and then DP is just supposed to be like device independent stuff. Okay, specified as resolution and properties value list. In RCSS, resolution is always specified using a number. Okay. Selectors. Let's see if they have something on fonts specifically. Okay, here we go. Text and fonts. Let's see. So fonts, okay, font size property. Initial is 12 pixels. Yeah, okay, so this should work, I think. Like, I have no idea why it wouldn't. Just kind of weird. Okay. Let's try to get rid of this for now, just to see if this does something, because now I am wondering why this is being so weird. Lure F1, typical programmer day. Not sure why this is working. Yeah. Oops, sorry. Yeah, this is really weird. Like, why is that text not getting bigger or smaller? It's so weird. I don't know. Let's open up RenderDoc real quick, because it's just very strange. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to close this down. Open this up. We're going to say launch. Go into here. Cool. It's already, it's already at the right path. We'll get the working directory set appropriately to this. Cool. And then we'll launch. Okay, so if we do an F12, we're going to grab some data. If we look in here, they are generating some stuff for us. Let's look at the textures. Okay, here we go. Yeah, if we look at the inputs, that's not the one I'm looking for. Is this it? Can we do alpha? There we go. Okay, yeah, so you can see we've got this font that's generated. I did not generate that to generate this. This is what they generated. Yeah, doesn't seem to be working right though. They just generate one size and they don't actually change anything. It's so weird. Let's say no. Maybe there's an issue. This is like last resort. RML UI font size doesn't change. Yeah, I've got no idea. This is so weird. And I was gonna do something so simple. I just wanted to change the size of the font. No idea why it doesn't just work. Is it because of this thing, the content scale ratio that I have set here? I don't think that would matter, but you know, who knows? Let's see what happens when you load fonts. Nope, that doesn't give me anything. We've got nothing in here. Let's get rid of this content ratio scaling and see if that fixes it. It shouldn't have any effect. I don't think it does. Yeah, and you can see it even says like we loaded the fonts. Do I have something in the Lua? I don't think I do. That's changing font sizes. Let's see, what's this do? Yeah, this does absolutely nothing. Okay. So yeah, this just isn't working. for whatever reason. I literally don't even have it set here, do I? So there's that, and then I have this just completely commented out. Yeah, so this should be like a 5 pixel size, and instead it's doing nothing. 0 pixels, still nothing. That is very strange. What if I change the font family? Let's see what happens there. So if I go load Latin, because I think that's the only other one. Latin. Okay, we've got that. That definitely changed the font. That definitely did not change the size. This is so weird. Because it should be changing the size. Let's try percent. I don't know. Maybe it's the length. Something. Nope, that does nothing. EM. Nope, does nothing. Is it because it's a button? I swear, if it's because it's a button, that's just going to be very annoying. Let's do a P tag and see what happens. So if we do... Yep, so this is the main menu. So if we just do P, some random P tag, we should see that pop up somewhere. Nope. Am I in the right one? Yep, this should... We get the main menu screen. And wait, what is the font size? 15 EM? 5 pixels? Nothing. Oh, that's just for button though. Wait, let's go. Where's our P tag? Okay, here we go. Let's go. Font is Minecraft. Okay, now we... There we go, guys. I think we found it. It's just because for some reason this stupid library does not work with buttons. What if we change this to 50 pixels? It got bigger. Okay. You know, not cool. Just not cool at all. This is why I usually don't do third-party libraries, because they have weird stuff like this. But I don't know. Hopefully, once I figure out all the weird bugs and stuff in this, it'll actually just be fine. So if I change this like a P tag around this, which I think I tried. So not sure why it would do that. But okay, if I change that to a P tag. A P tag. Okay, cool. So now it's actually changing it, but it's also changing the button size. What the heck? Like, why would that change the button size as well? Why is the button size dependent on the text size? That makes no sense. So if I change this to that, nope, doesn't change anything. What's... Because it's in a P tag. And this is changing the button's font. It's just not changing the button's font size. Let's go back to the main menu. Or I guess... Okay, so this is in menu buttons. And what do we have for menu buttons? I think if we just... uncomment that. Let's do that. Let's go into here. Okay, so these button sizes are all fine now. And then if I do like dot bottom buttons button P, can we change the font size independently? No. Okay. Oh wait, it's because I didn't change those. Wait a second. Let's change one and see if we can change the font size independently. So if I go ahead and change this to a P, copy that. Okay, cool. So we can change, okay, finally. So we can change it independently using this. SE Woods, ask again, regrets, not regrets about HTML, CSS, regrets about this library. Because if I was coding on a normal browser, that would work, right? Yeah. How's it going, Flare YouTube? Good to see you. Let's do 25 pixels. 45 pixels. 35? 55. Let's do like 40. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. We also need to make sure that our, oh, well, the line height is fine because that's kind of independent. I wonder if the line height, no, it's definitely not the line height because I didn't have that on the main menu buttons and they were still breaking. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, let's just change this to like a class. Well, okay, so that's fine. Is this all wrapped up in the div main menu? It is. Okay, cool. So let's make like a general selector. This is main menu. So we'll do like hash main menu button P. So if we do that, okay, cool. So it's still targeting that one, but then we can also make it so that it targets these ones as well. And let's put this main menu just so that our buttons are all like, yeah, cool. So that looks good. I mean, it doesn't look good, but this way we can organize our buttons and they'll all be like the same size so that it looks uniform across the different screens, at least. The same font size and everything. What's this thing? Whoa, why did this all get way smaller? Okay. Yeah, so that's cool. Let's change this a little bit though. We'll see, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't have them be uniform because it kind of looks different here than it does there. Yeah, I'm kind of conflicted about this. We'll do them separately for now. Let's go ahead and get the main menu ones though. We'll get those all fixed and then we'll kind of work our way through. Okay, buttons. You never knew that they were so complicated, did you? We'll fix them though. That way we don't have to worry about them ever again. Okay, so we'll do that. So those are all good now. Not really, but they're good. Where do I have that set to be so small? This is menu buttons. Okay. Cool. So what we'll do is we'll say this. And then I think that's a P tag. There we go. Cool. So that's much better. Let's do like, not that big. 65, 55. Okay, I like that. That looks pretty good. And then what we'll do also is we will say, so the height should be defined here. That's weird. Oh, that's wrong height. The height should be defined here. Here we go. Let's say height is 100%. Not 100%. Not 10%. 30%. There we go. That looks... We'll fix it in a minute. Let's just get the text centered. That did not center it. Is it because of this margin? What if we set line height? Weird. That worked down here. I'll just have the height be automatic. I think that's probably... Nope, that does not look good. This is supposed to be the easy stuff, guys. Just like doing this stuff, but it's like the hardest stuff, I guess. I don't know. Let's wrap these in P tags too and actually get this working. Just for the sake of my sanity. Okay, let's go do that. Okay, and then let's also fix this one. Cool, so now those all look the same at least, and then what we can do is when they get bigger, we can change the font size. Cool, so let's go here. We'll do font size is 45 pixels, 50 pixels. Okay, that looks pretty good. Then when we get bigger, we're not going to get red. We're not going to do that. We will say 70 pixels. Try that out. See how that looks. Cool. That looks pretty good. Okay. Let's fix the main menu again too now. So this looks alright-ish, I guess. It's not that bad. Grab that. Menu buttons. There we go. We'll do it right here. And then we will say font size is bigger. Oh, well, we actually have to target something too. We'll say menu buttons. Button. Oh, I have that line height. That's probably wrong. That was why that wasn't working there. P. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so now when we go bigger, we want those to get bigger too. So we'll do like 85 pixels. Because that seemed to look good there. Okay, it's not bad. Maybe this needs a little bit of padding. Let's do that. Padding is like 10 pixels 0. And I need to spell padding right. There we go. Okay, let's do like 5 pixels. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing here. We'll go a little bit bigger down here. Maybe like 10. Okay, cool. So that looks pretty good. Now it looks right. Big screen and small screen. Awesome. That was way harder than it should have ever been, but at least it's done. Block Builder YouTube, how's the game going? Game's going pretty good. This part's not going so good. I thought it would be easier, but it's all right. Santi 1010, how's it going? Good to see you. I guess 1010, that's 10. 1, 2, 4, 8, 2. Yeah, Santi 10. Okay, so next thing I need to do is add the little icons and stuff where it like actually shows the world and everything. We're gonna have to do some special stuff for that. Let's also add this back in because I think that's important. Let's make sure that doesn't break anything too when I add that back in. So we're basically gonna have to do like some dynamic HTML and stuff to get all of our save games to pop up. So if we go, where's all that stuff popping up to? I keep getting a bunch of logged stuff. Let's see. Do I have log in here somewhere? I do. Let's get rid of this. Okay, and then let's also get rid of this because it looks like I am not using that. Cool. Okay, so hopefully we don't get a bunch of random log stuff that I don't need. That looks better. Cool. So if I go back to no RML, what the way it was before, inside the main menu, there we go. So we just comment this out. We should go back to the original way. Okay, so it's not binary 1010, but it is 1010 in binary too, I guess so. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so this is the original way. Yeah, we need to change the textures in here too so that they look like the new textures we're using, but this is what we need to fix now. We need to add these things where it's like shows the test world. New world might be a little bit easier, and this is where the RML is really going to be helpful because right now, like, this overflow is all right, it's not bad, but I can't really style the text box much, and like doing input validation is a bit hard, and also there's no cancel button there, which is annoying because now I have to restart it to do anything. Another thing too is if you create too many worlds right now, like say we create another world, test 5, and then I give myself a name and I create a world. It loads, we're dropped into a world. You can see it's all great. All right, we're in the world, we save. And then you should see the problem pretty soon. Okay, let's do one more world, test world. Oh, this is another thing too though. Because of the way my stuff works, kind of saves values, which isn't really preferred. So that's another thing I gotta fix. Here we go, another new world. Cool, we save and exit. And now we'll see the problem, which is no scroll bars. because scroll bars are really annoying to implement. But with RML, this should be pretty easy to add scroll bars to. So that is the plan. We'll see if we can actually get it working and stuff. Basically, what we need to do is we need to come up with some dynamic HTML that will loop through all of our worlds. And each world has a texture and some text representing the name. And I guess we can add some other helpful text, which is like the date it was created or the last date saved or whatever. The player name, I don't know. Any stuff you want to add there. So it'll be a lot easy to add that information. I had to like manually specify the bounds of all this stuff, which was really annoying before, but it should be easier now. So let's go ahead. First thing we're going to need to do is create some sort of structure. Because if we look, the way we can create data bindings in RML is we basically create these things called views. And this view kind of contains some data, and that data we can use in our RML. So if we look in here, you'll see I have this stuff where it's basically like data if we are the main menu screen, and if we go in here, I have this thing is main menu screen. So what that's doing is it's checking to see if this is set to true. And so I can set it to true or false in the C++, and it kind of updates automatically. So what we can do is we can actually say something like std vector of save world data, and we'll make a struct for that. And this is our saved worlds. Okay. And what this will do, if my computer wasn't lagging so bad for whatever reason, is it will allow us to dynamically iterate over this stuff. So we'll kind of work up to that. So we'll say struct save world data. Why am I not getting syntax highlighting? I can't tell if this is because of Visual Studio or because of my computer. Like, I don't know if this is translating through the stream too, but it's just lagging horribly, my computer, for some reason. And if it is VS 2022, then I'm really annoyed because it just shouldn't be doing this. Okay, anyways though, like I said, we're gonna need, I guess we're gonna call it an RML string because that's probably the way I have to pass strings to RML. So we'll do that. This is gonna be our world name. What else did I say? We need a texture too. RML texture. Okay, we'll call it that because that's probably gonna be the easiest way to do this too. And then we'll have like the texture, I guess like the world screenshot. Okay, so we do that. What else? For now, I guess that's fine. Once we get it working with this, we can sort of move on from there. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Cool. So now we've got this vector in here, and what we do is when we initialize, we want to figure out what all the worlds are and then update them appropriately. I'm wondering if we can do something a little bit better than this too, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Anyways though, this basically the way you tell RML that stuff has updated is you use this model handle thing, which basically you can say dirty this variable, which basically just says that variable has changed. So we'll say dirty variable. What did I call it? Saved worlds. Okay. So we'll do that. And I guess what we'll do is every time we change to, let's see, should be something in here. Somewhere in here. There should be like a function in here. Oh, okay, it's these functions. Oh, okay. That's stupid of me. Okay, every time we go to the show world, so this is when we go, so when you click play game, that's when we go to show all the saved worlds. So every time we do this, this is when we'll like go ahead and grab all the saved worlds and add them to this. So what we can do is we can say like saved worlds equals vector, vector save world data. So we'll just reset the vector and then we'll just kind of go ahead and iterate through all of these worlds, which I have somewhere in here. A way to do that. I should. Do I? Maybe it's not in here. It is in show saved worlds. I think that's what I called it. So let's go grab that code. Show saved worlds.cpp. No, that's not what I called it. Create world menu. .cpp. Okay, so let's go into here and steal that code. This is where it is. Okay, so we basically do all this stuff. Let's copy all of that. And we'll go into here. Where was it? In here. And we'll paste it into here. Okay, cool. So maybe we'll make this like a helper method too. Void set saved worlds. I don't know. I don't like that. Let's do check. Find all saved worlds. Okay, we'll call it that. That kind of makes sense to me. So we'll do that. We'll put all this code in there just so that it's a little bit abstracted away. Paste that in there. And then right here, we'll just say find all saved worlds. Cool. So we need to include app data. Okay, we'll go ahead and put that up there. So we include app data. That's good. We need to include file. Core/file. There we go. And that should be good. Okay, cool. So we basically we get the app data worlds root path. So that's basically like where our worlds are saved. We iterate through all the files there, which is what this thing does. We get the path for the icon, which should be located at world icon. So if we look at actually where the worlds are saved, which I think I actually have it opened up. Yeah, I do. So if we actually look into one of these worlds, we can see that each world has this thing called world icon.png, which is, if we open one up, it's just the last screenshot I took, which I have to get it so that it doesn't actually include the dumb buttons, because you don't want to see the buttons when you're seeing your world preview. Maybe world preview would be better, but that's what's called. And so basically what I'm doing here is I'm appending world icon.png to the world path. If it doesn't find it, it just defaults to like a white texture, which is fine for now. We can like have a default world texture or whatever if we want eventually. That will set it to, but this is good for me. And how's it going, Sam? Good to see you. So basically we do that. We check to see if it's a file. That way we can load it appropriately. And then like right here, we say if it's not a file, then we just sort of default to this. Now this is going to be a little bit different because we have to do some different stuff. Okay, so this pushes back the sprite. Where do I actually get the world title though? I think it's somewhere in here. Show create new world, show saved world. Let's do that. Okay, here we go. So this is where I actually get the world data path. Okay, so this is where I get like the name of the world. Let's do that. Copy that. Paste it here. So we get the name of the path, which is this. We'll call this world name. Okay, and then what we can do is we can say save world data. Data.world name equals world name. I might have to wrap that. Nope, that looks fine. Cool. And then this is where we'll load the texture. So if it successfully does this, we'll load the textures like whatever this thing is doing. I don't know if all this is necessary. We'll say data.texture. Or I guess world screenshot equals RML texture, or actually I guess we say load texture, render interface, and then we can say load texture, and we can give it some stuff. I'm not sure if this is gonna be the best way to do this though. We'll have to see about that. For now, we'll leave this blank and we won't actually do anything with it. We'll just get the other stuff working and then we can work on that later. And then for here, we'll just say like data.world screenshot equals null or something. We'll figure this out later. For now, let's just try and get this part working. So this should at least get the world name, which is good. And we should iterate through those, and then we put them all into this vector, or we should put them. So we'll say saved worlds dot push back, or I guess in place back, because we don't need to copy it. Data. And now we have the data. Cool. Now we just need to make sure that this is exposed to RML so that we can actually use it there. So we can say, we have to do a few things, which is a little bit weird. First, we have to like define what save world data is so that it can figure out how to use it. So if we go check out data binding. Okay. So if we look at this, examples, here we go. So basic example, this is, we want to do an extended example. Okay, so this is with a vector. You can see that they have this data for invader and invaders. And basically what we're gonna do is figure this out. And also, I just realized JP Monedas, thank you for following. And also Santi1010, I didn't notice this. Thank you for following too. And J Hene Montero, thank you for following. Cool, good to see you guys. SE Woods, have I ever stuck my head into Unreal Engine? Not my head, but I have looked at it on the website, so. But no, I have looked at it a bit. I understand what you're saying there. And it's actually organized pretty well, so it's kind of nice. Okay, and then they basically have all this stuff. So we're gonna be able to use this data for thing. Let's go ahead, we're gonna copy this for now because we're gonna do something similar inside of show saved worlds in this middle space. So we will do this for world in world data, which is what I want it to be like. So this is basically how we're gonna do it. And for now, we're just gonna say like world name, and then we'll have like textures here and stuff. For now, this is how it's gonna be. And we don't need a, oh, cool. And you can do like specific styles. This might be useful too in a minute. Because we want like a data class selected or something. We may or may not use this, I don't know. But basically that's just like you can set specific styles depending on different flags and stuff, which is pretty cool. GI Troll, you subscribe with Prime. Thank you, that's pretty epic. So welcome to the epic Minecraft clone club. We don't have Porth here, which is unfortunate, but you know. Okay, so we're basically gonna loop through all those, and then for now we're just gonna do like the world name in a header. We can do extra stuff later if we wish. But we also have to tell it how this stuff looks. So you'll notice that we've got this vector, which is the invaders. So this is the view, kind of what I was doing before, and you can see it has all this information attached to it, but we need to tell it how that information looks, which is what this is about. So basically we're gonna copy this. We need to register the struct and tell it how a struct looks so that it understands what it contains and everything, which I'll do like right up here above all this stuff. So we're gonna say world data handle equals constructor, which, here we go, yep. So we need to register like the actual vector itself. Where is constructor? Did I call it something else? Oh yeah, okay, so we need to actually like tell it what it's called. Okay, so that's important too. I guess, I don't know, that's probably important, probably. Okay, so we'll call this, and I think I called it world data. So we'll do that, and if not constructor, I'm just gonna do like a glogger assert. Actually, we'll assert constructor. Can I just do constructor? Bad data constructor. This lag is really something else. Man, I am gonna be doing some debugging after this. Does anybody else have Visual Studio? Oh, SE Wood, you subscribed at tier 1 for 6 months. Hey, thanks. Epic, welcome back to the Epic Minecraft Club. You've already been here, but thank you. That's awesome. Does anybody else use VS 2022 and have this weird lag that's just super horrible? Because I am wondering if I am the only one. I have no idea. .is null. Can I check this? How do I check it? Not. I guess that works. I don't like that though. We'll do that for now. So basically, if the constructor, because my assertions aren't smart enough to like detect, just like check if this, like implicitly call a Boolean operator on this. So I basically kind of force it here. But yeah, that's besides the point. So if that doesn't exist, we'll just assert and fail. But this is going to be a vector of not ints. And I'm wondering why they used ints. Maybe I'm looking at this wrong. Wait a second. So this is invaders, and then he registers. Okay, he's just registering that as a type. Wait, and then he registers it down there. Okay, so this isn't important actually. We do something else different. So anyways, we'll do this. This is gonna be world save data or save world data. And then what we'll do is we'll say world data handle dot register member. So this is how we can actually get the specific members. And world name. What did I call it? Let's see. That is clunky. We'll call it name. So we'll call it name, and then we can go save world data, and we give it the address so that it can actually use that stuff. Let's call it name and screenshot. Let's not be clunky here because it's already in this, so we should know what it's called. So let's do that, and we're good. Okay, and then we can go into here and we'll just change that to name. Cool. So that's all good. And then we are going to register screenshot, and we'll do that eventually. Screenshot. For now, we will just, yeah, we'll do nothing with that. But basically all this is doing is it's like telling RML what the offset of that member is within this structure so that it can actually find it using pseudo reflection, right? We're basically setting up reflection in C++ so that it can actually do stuff. Okay, we don't care about that. So anyways, we do that, and then what he does last is he says register that, which is the same thing I'm gonna do here. So I'll just say register save world data. So basically now it knows we have a type, which is a vector of world data in our view. Whoops, that's my background, guys. And then we need to go ahead and actually bind it, which is the very last step, I promise. So I did the same thing. Let's go back into our code. So then we can bind it here, ctor. Wait, what is ctor? Why do I have two constructors? Ah, okay, I already have all this stuff. I don't need to do this. This should all be ctor. Ctor? Cool, okay, so I guess that's for the view. So this is basically the view, and then you kind of bind everything here. But then what we can do is we can say this is the view dot saved worlds. Cool. So then that kind of gets the final binding, and this is going to be our saved worlds. I think I called it, right? World data. Let's call this saved worlds. Cool. And that should be good. So now if we go into there, when we change screens, it should dynamically load all that stuff and then generate that HTML and everything. Is it lagging just for me? No, I don't think so, Langors. Like, there's something weird going on with my computer right now, and I'm trying to figure it out, but I'll have to do that later. Okay, so could not find variable name, world.name in data model. So we must have missed something. World.name. Did I miss something? Let's go back to here. Okay, so we got name here. Did I miss something here? Let's see. So this does all this. Which is fine. Okay, and then that's just some behavior stuff, which we don't really care about right now. Does he just... Oh, he does have sprites in there too. Cool, so we can look at how he does that to kind of get the same... You just use data attribute sprite, I guess. Cool. We will do something similar for the icons. Okay, so he just does invader and invaders, and then he just says invader.name. Okay, yeah, so we've basically done the same thing here. We have said the handle, and then we register member name. Did I do it wrong here? Wait a second. So register struct save world data. Okay. And then we register name with that data. Did I miss a step? And that should be in the CTOR, which we did. Okay. Sam, check. Maybe you did wrongly named in the RML document. I think it's okay here. So saved worlds, and this is world and saved world, world.name. And if we look in here, this is saved worlds. Okay, so that's right. And we assign it to saved worlds, which is a vector of saved world data. And I say register array save world data, vector of save world data. So it should have that, I think. Did I call it register array? Maybe that's what, yep, register array. Okay. And then we bind, and I believe I bound. Yeah, okay. I think this is all right. Oh, wait, do I have it? Let's check the RML again. So then basically you also have to, yeah, so I say this data model is the main menu view. So we should know what we're in. And it should have all those bindings and stuff. And then if we look back in here, this says data for world in saved worlds. And then I say world.name. Let's try this again, see what happens. Maybe I missed something else. Let's see what happens if I press play game. Okay, we still don't get it. What's this say? No font face defined. Missing font family properties. Where is that at? H1 div dirt background. Let's get out of that. Oh, it's because H1 doesn't have a font family. Let's add that real quickly too. So if we go back into here, we'll say font Minecraft font size. We'll do 20 pixels as the default. Okay. Let's see if it shows up like when I click onto the screen, because maybe it's something weird where it's like, okay, no, it's just saying world.name there. You can see it very small. So that's definitely not right. Okay, so it's definitely not finding that. Could not find variable world.name. Is it because it's not like properly? Wait a second. Did I miss something? So data for invader and invaders. Yeah, and then he just says like invader.name here. And if we look in here, I say data for world in saved worlds, and then I just say world.name. Okay, so he has constructor. Okay. Register struct. And then you just registered the members. Maybe I should be doing like an if else there, because maybe it's failing for some reason. Let's see. Let's say in here, if else glogger error failed to initialize struct save world data. Let's see what happens when we do that. SEO, you gifted a tier 1 sub to Flare YouTube. Thank you. Yeah. And Flare YouTube, now you are also part of the Epic Minecraft Club. Could not find data variable with name world.name. See, what I'm wondering is like if for some reason it's not picking up world in here for some reason. Let's triple check that I did that for loop right. Data for blah and blah. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. That I can see. Yeah. And then they just do the double bracket and they just use whatever. It's really weird. Oh, wait a second. Maybe, wait, there is one other place where I could potentially be messing up. Nope, that's called saved worlds. Okay. I've got no idea. Copy that, paste it into here. Same thing. Okay, I've got no idea what's up with this. Sam, check. How is the data knows that it will be a variable saved worlds? It should be because of this. SE Woods, man, gifted another tier 1 sub to Langors. Thank you, SE Woods. Yeah, thank you. That's awesome. It should be binding it right here. So this should bind it to that specific thing. What happens if I change the name of this? I'll add an extra D there. We'll see if that ruins other stuff. Yeah, I know. SE Woods is the best. You're just figuring out how this works. Okay. Weird. Okay, so we're not getting an error about the worlds with the extra D. I wonder why it's not complaining about that. Because you would expect it to be like... Wait, did I change it in here? I could have sworn I added something here. Or no, I changed it in the actual code. Yeah, so you would expect it not to like know what this is. What if I just change that to something else? Yeah, it's just not, it's not even like picking up that that's changing. That's really weird. That is very weird. Let's look at his actual code, because there is cases where I've noticed that the documentation is not quite right. Abdul, good to see you. I think you're in the Discord, right? It says first time chat to me, but I know I've seen you before in the Discord, so... SE Woods, thank you. Again, another gifted sub to Abdul. Sam, why are you registering the array after the world struck? I'm doing that because that's the way they did it in their code too. So they register a struct first and then they register array. So that's, yeah. Let's go look at their code, because I have noticed cases where like their documentation says one thing and the code doesn't even do the same thing, and it doesn't work unless you do what they're doing in the code. So let's go to samples, invaders, source, and I'm guessing it's in game.cpp. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't think this is quite right. Wait, let's see. Yeah, I don't think this is where we want to be. I'll zoom this in a little bit too for you guys so you can actually see. Okay, so not in there. Let's try game details. Nope, that's definitely not it. Oh, it's probably an invader. That would make sense to place it. But could be wrong there too. Main.cpp. Nope. Let's see. Element game.cpp. Maybe this. Nope, don't see it there either, man. Essie just wanted to know the 1, 2, and 3 place. Now you can go to bed. Well, thank you again, Essie Woods. That's awesome. Oh, you know what? It's probably in data, isn't it? Somewhere in here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Let's see, let's go to game.rml in here, and let's just make sure that we're doing the same thing they do here. Nope, it doesn't look like they have any invaders in there. Maybe it's in invaders or something .rml. Let's see, which one? Okay, they've got invaders.tga, but that's just the pictures, I think. Let's see what's in the main menu. Okay, definitely not there. This goes to start game. Okay, so it's in here. Nope, not in there. Game.rml. I know I just checked in here, but nope, that's not it either. That's just like the UI stuff. Background? Nope. Very weird. I don't think they have anything in here. Yeah. Game.rml? Is there a game.rml? I think I've looked in there. Yeah, there's like nothing in here that would suggest actually having the invaders, which is really weird. I guess their examples don't even have the right stuff. Okay, let's go back to source. Maybe I am missing something in here. Okay. Defender.cpp, element game.cpp. Maybe it's this. I think I checked in here though. It's not cool when you can't even find their example in their examples. Let's see. Options, start game, game.cpp. Okay, so they initialize invaders here. Do they actually do any bindings, data bindings? It does not. Okay, they're not even doing data bindings. They're just getting the context and like manually editing stuff. Why are they doing it that way if... Okay, let's get out of here. Samples, do they have like a data binding sample? Basic, let's do that. And then let's look, okay, data binding. Let's look in here. Maybe it's in here. Okay, main.cpp. So if we look in here, we've got basic events. Okay, here we go. I think this is literally the exact same thing they have. Okay, so they register X, Y. Okay, and then they just bind here. So it looks like they're not doing anything special here. Oh, wait, they're using RML vector. You know what, guys? You know what? Oh, man. This is just not cool. Why are you coming up with your own stupid types? Use the standard types. Don't confuse people like this, man. It's not cool. And you know why I couldn't tell that too? I couldn't tell that because if we look at the documentation, I think I'm going to leave an issue on this guy's GitHub repository and just be like, please use the standard types or specify which types you're using. No, okay, look, he's using std vector here. But in his code, he uses RML vector. I'm going to use RML vector and see if that fixes it. And if it does, then I'm going to be very mad. So let's go. RML vector, okay. Cool, works the same. Let's go down here. We will say RML vector and not std vector. Okay. Let's see what happens. Sam, yeah, he's updating the library so much and don't keep the docs updated. Yeah, it's not cool. Okay, no, we still got the same thing, so. That's great. Let's change this back to saved worlds. Let's see if that works. Okay, we'll do saved worlds there. Fix this. See what happens. Oh, I was hopeful for a second there. Very hopeful. Yeah, this isn't cool. It should be a simple thing, but it never is. So we do world data handle here. We register the structure. We register members. We register an array. And it just doesn't work. Yeah, I don't see anything else in here that could possibly be different. Sam, are you sure you are creating the bindings before you load show the document? Yes. Because all the other bindings are working properly. Like, I have this is creating world and everything, and those are all working. And then I do document, load document right here. So, definitely happening before. I'm like about to just go manually edit the document object model with the C++ code because this just doesn't seem to work at all, which is what I'm wondering is why, like, if you mess this stuff up, it just doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't say it's wrong or whatever. Oh yeah, because look, that's saved world, not saved worlds, and it didn't give me an error about that. Let's see if that fixes it. Maybe. Nope. Yep, still just says world.name right there. Yeah, like, that's really weird that it doesn't give me any sort of warnings about that stuff. Whoops. Okay. I've got to look at that too, why it kind of breaks there with different things. Yeah, because you can see, like, I'm using data bindings here and stuff, and that's definitely working. Let's go back to this code. I'm just curious to see if, like, there's something else. Data binding, data. Okay, we've got. Okay, here we go. We've got this, and then we've got. Oh, is it because of this? He has data model. No, I don't think that matters. Wait a second. Okay, and then he has data for here. Wait, look at this. Data for invader, invaders. No, yeah, this just doesn't make sense. Okay. And why does he have it called invader here? Oh, wait a second. Nope, this is called a div. He has it called invader in here. What happens if I change this to world? Okay, and then let's look at his code again, because apparently, you know. Okay, and then he has invader.health there. And invader.name. Wait, and then he has this called name too. Why does he have that called name? This makes no sense. I guess let's see what happens now. GI Troll, may I ask you for your playlist Games with Gabe? It's should be on the More Games with Gabe channel on YouTube. Here, I'll get that link real quickly. Let's go YouTube. And then if I go, I might have to do that all one word. Yeah, let's do that all one word. There you go. It should be this one, and I'll copy paste that right here. So this is all the past streams so far. But yeah, I'm doing like a actual tutorial series and stuff though on my main channel right here, which is like a lot more comprehensive than these streams are, because these streams are basically just me trying to figure this stuff out and like complaining when I'm getting weird stuff like this. Maybe I should call this name too, because apparently he has invader and then name for who knows what reason. So let's try that out. Name. And let's see what happens. You knew you saw it somewhere. Yeah, no problem. Okay, what's it say now? Wait, okay, we're getting a different thing. Error in data expression at 10. Could not find data variable with name. No, that's the same thing. Wait, okay, could not add data dash text view to element. Could not add data dash text view to element text name world blah. Okay, now I'm not getting anything in here too. That's weird. Is there anything else that I have different? So I called this world. That's what he called it. What did I call it in the C++? I called that name, and then I called this saved worlds. And he calls this class equals invaders. For invader and invaders. And then he calls this tag an invader. And then he calls this tag a name. Yeah, this just makes no sense at all. Basically doing the exact same thing as him. I think I'm probably just going to keep trying to solve this off stream, guys, because I honestly have no idea what's wrong with this and why it's not working properly. I guess that's the joy of working with third-party libraries. I'm seriously considering just like switching to another library that's actually a bit more stable. Let's just do that real quick. In C++ library. Let's do a HTML CSS for games. C++. Library. Let's see if there's anything else out there. Ultralight. Next generation HTML render. Is this... Do you pay for this? Pricing. Yep, this is a paid app. We don't want that. LibRocket alternatives. Is that what this is? What's LibRocket? I think I've seen LibRocket before. I think it's another. Yeah, okay, so I did notice this one before. Oh, well, that's good to know. LibRocket is a C++ user interface package based on HTML and CSS standards, designed as a complete solution for any project's interface needs. Okay, and extends them. Because of this, you don't have to learn a whole new proprietary thing, blah, blah, blah. Works on Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, etc. Dynamic layout system. Runtime visual debugging. Lua scripting. Okay, so it's basically got all the same stuff that thing has. Decorator. Okay, yeah, it's basically got the same stuff. What's samples? Wait a second. Is this... What the heck? Which one is the real one? This is called RML UI. This is called LibRocket. They literally have the same stuff. Who's the right one? RML UI is older. Okay, so this guy is just stealing RML UI. And then he literally says librocket.com, malicious domain, and then he links to librocket.com. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I may look around and try and see if there's anything else. Looks like this guy's a faker. I don't think he's legit. Oh, wait. LibRocket was first. Then RML UI is newer. Okay. So maybe I'll switch to LibRocket. Maybe RML UI is the faker. And that's why it's so hard to do anything. Yeah, why does he link to this if he says it's a malicious domain? Weird. Last checked 23rd of February. Weird. This was last updated on February 23rd too, though. Whereas this was last updated 9 days ago, so who knows? I don't know. RML UI is a fork of LibRocket. That one is without HTTPS. LibRocket is so old and not working properly. Okay, so that's basically where we're at then. This is just probably not good. Okay, well, that's good to know. I may look around for some other alternatives and stuff. I'm not sure if we'll actually find anything, but I think that's going to be it for today's stream. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Sorry we didn't get much done today, but hopefully we'll get more done next time. And I shall see you guys next week at like 8 o'clock. And hopefully we'll be working on colored lights then, which will be pretty cool. Or biomes, which is also really cool. So yeah, see you guys.